Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, when I signed up to speak here, I got an email back with the meeting rules, and in it said that be civil while speaking and listening. So I got a question for you. What about when Raggedy Ann Costello called me Crazy Justin Spies before I started speaking a couple meetings ago? Is that civil or is that uncivil? Would you consider that to be a disruption as well? Because I mean, think about it. She wasn't allowed to be speaking at that time. It was getting ready for general public comment. I was getting ready to speak. And had I been sitting in the audience and called out and called one of you guys crazy or any other name, that would have been some sort of a violation on your rules, I would say. But for you guys, it's perfectly normal and perfectly fine to do. You haven't even apologized for it as well either. And so, what do you think there, Ugly Kelly Jones? Do you think that's a violation of being civil? What about you, nasty Shannon Kimball? You think that? Is that a violation? How about you, cowardly Gordon Ross? Some sort of violation? Well, you know what they say there, Raggedy Ann Costello? The thing about smart motherfuckers is that they
That's
look
your
like
warning,
crazy
Justin.
motherfuckers to
You
stupid
can turn it off.
motherfuckers.
He's had plenty of warnings.
No, so
Thank you,
that's what they say
Justin.
there.
Have a good evening. Okay, Michael?
Hello.
Hello, Michael.
Yeah, I find it interesting that you're still cutting off people for words they say. And, you know, that was a quote from Albert Einstein. I've noticed in the last couple meetings, you've got a lot of inconsistencies happening. Some people can say certain things and still come to the meetings, and some people can't, and some people can say things if it's a quote, some can't. It's pretty interesting the way all this is working out. I do want to touch on one thing before we get too far, because that educational thing that you guys talked about where you're adjusting for your snow days, you know, I'm sure the parents appreciate you taking care of the kids for a few extra hours over the course of the school year. But how much educational time do you think is happening in the last 15 minutes or the last 30 minutes of the day that's just been arbitrarily added to a few days at the end of the year? I can tell you as a former student, though it's been a while, that little time at the end of the school day is nothing, and there's no educational value to it. So it's another example of how you guys are just checking boxes. You're not actually looking after the kids' interest and the kids' educational interest. In the ways that you censor people, you're not educating the children about the way this country was founded and the way this country's operated for, 250 years? And Kelly Jones has taken it upon herself to just change what our rights are and to decide what our rights are. That quote that Justin was saying was by Albert Einstein. And quoting Albert Einstein, he did say, the thing about smart motherfuckers
This is your warning.
Kelly, I'm doing nothing but quoting.
That's your warning,
Somebody.
so keep on, keep it on.
How are you giving me a warning for quoting somebody? And now that you've got me online, you're just going to shut me down when I finish the quote, aren't you? Is that right, Kelly? You know, one of the commenters in a video that I put up said you needed to get a new floaty because it ain't working for you. Your hairdo needs some work. I'm going to finish the quote, Kelly, because you're not going to silence me. That's what your whole goal has been. As Albert Einstein said, the thing about smart motherfuckers is they look like crazy motherfuckers to stupid motherfuckers.
All right, Carrie. Carrie is reading us from outside of Lawrence.
All right, good evening. As you know, my name
this is your warning.
I started coming to these meetings because of the hypocrisy in your shitty profanity.
Okay,
policy.
that's it. You need to now
You're
leave the if you are not going to be cooperating, we will ask that you be removed from the building.
In your district, by the content you provide for them to read, you have put a bogus profanity policy in your board meetings because you, who aren't minors, don't want to hear people say certain words. Not only that, but you were actively doing everything in your power to silence people for saying that your board policy is, quote, bullshit.
Okay.
Your policy does
So,
trump the fucking Constitution.
if you continue to go on in this manner, we will have to ask you to leave.
Actually, your
Okay,
policy doesn't
we are ready.
even trump the law.
We're requesting.
The police can correct me if I'm wrong though. In these meetings, you have thrown actual temper tantrums to try to silence people. None of you are the But I'm just speaking.
You're done.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to ask, Lori Greenfield, if you're here, to join us.
I just want to get this so that I am understanding. Okay, because I know you guys probably have that on you.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I wholeheartedly welcome you to record,
Yeah.
just like I am.
Okay.
We're just following what they ask. They've asked that you be trespassed for
Okay.
60 days.
And it's because I spoke words that they in
They
their.
can choose to trespass anybody for any reason.
Okay.
Do you have your ID and I can just issue the trespass, just log it on our system?
I mean,
They asked you to leave?
yeah, they're now wanting like my
No,
ID.
You just have to leave.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for 60 days, you can't come back to the board.
Why do you guys keep doing this to people that,
It doesn't have anything to do with us.
yeah, you guys are the police, you guys aren't the,
Right.
Right, so someone has
So
the right to
this-
trespass someone, so once they've
not
asked
from
them,
public property unless they
They
commit a
do.
crime.
But
they do.
Not from
mm,
public property unless there's a crime committed. She didn't disrupt the meeting, she spoke during public comment.
I know.
That's how the law, that's how law works.
But this is,
This is public property, it's owned by the school district.
right, but this, they're still running this meeting, and so they have the right to do that during the meeting.
Because their feelings are,
I
are
can't
you guys
make-
law
Whatever reason
enforcement, or
they-
do you guys
We're
enforce
law
those
reason
feelings?
that they choose.
Okay, so you're enforcing feelings.
I'm
right?
enforcing that they wanted a criminal trespass issue. I'm not enforcing
You can't
feelings.
trespass someone for not breaking the law on
I
public
can't.
property.
The superintendent,
It doesn't
Dr.
matter.
Swift,
I'm
has,
just telling you, you can't, that's the why there's so many lawsuits. I wish you guys didn't get yourself involved. You just did.
well, I mean, I don't enjoy it, but I still have to abide by it. If
You
someone
don't
asks.
have to,
I
did you see
do.
the meeting from the meeting where they didn't
I
abide
know,
by
I was
it?
here for that.
Right.
They didn't say to
Who
leave, they
told, so
said,
who told you to change your mind about it? You didn't let
it's
it-
what they said. They said, have Mr. Robbie sit down and be quiet. I can't make someone legally sit down and be quiet. If they had said, can you have him leave the property, we want him trespassed, then I can enforce that.
Right.
So that's.
so like if I wouldn't have left right there, you guys would have arrested me.
Correct.
So you get a warning, you get a trespass warning, we can leave now, but my question to you is, if in a non-public property, which we're at right now,
Correct.
just like it being a post office or city hall or police station, I'm not trying to, if someone doesn't break the law, if I go to the Lawrence PD right now or the sheriff's office.
You can be trespassed from the police department too.
Yeah, but you have to break the law.
No.
I know.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, it is. It's
You
part
can be
of the
trespassed
Constitution.
from Target for any
Yeah,
reason.
Target's a private.
But that's a
it's
private.
inn. This is a public place. Have you guys not seen the millions and millions of YouTube videos put out there about people going into like public places?
And I'm very well aware of this.
And I'm a supporter of the Sometimes, I try to help.
I'm just, I am just doing what I'm asked for my supervision for this instances. And that's,
So is who guiding you, is that the superintendent?
no, it's our sergeant through lieutenant major to the chief of police.
Who's that?
Rich Lockhart is the chief of police.
Okay.
I just really think
Would people really to be back in there in case this happens again?
I don't think there's other
No,
public speakers.
I just think
Three
that
more.
there's a difference between public property
I understand.
and private property. Just
I
because
understand.
they don't like
I
the
know.
F word or the B word. I get it.
I understand that, and that's why you guys have the, if you wanna go back and I can walk out with you guys.
Yeah, we can talk.
If that's
Yeah.
fine with you.
I have no problem.
So, that's why you guys get to do the civil side of things too, to make sure we're held accountable for what we're doing. I am
But
just,
who wants to do that?
I know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I
that's
mean,
not fun for anybody.
I know it's not.
It's like a,
I know it's not, but it's, this is where we are right now, and this is kind of where we have to be right now. If you guys have questions about it, you can contact the office of the chief for us and make sure if you have a complaint against me, I can.
No,
have-
it's not a falter. There's no complaint against you. So I have a large issue with what she just said. She just said that the other officer was like, you can get trespassed from me. Any public, if I walk in and I'm wearing a red shirt and you don't like it, from the police station, you guys can trespass me. It's bullshit. That's not
Well,
how, that's absolutely not how it goes. It's a public building. So I can go into, if we go into the police station and start recording, you don't like it, you can't throw us out, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's the same thing. So like you can't
Correct.
trespass unless there's a crime committed, right?
It,
There was
in
no
essence,
crime committed here. They just didn't like the words.
well, there's still their board policies, board rules, and that's, they
But
still
you're
have,
not- But you're not a policy guy.
but once they
Yeah.
ask you to leave because it's violating whatever policies they have in place, I still have to,
But Walter, who gives a shit about their policies?
I don't get to.
You
make
guys
this-
don't. You,
I don't get to make the
But
decision.
you enforce the law.
Correct.
You're not a policy guy.
Right, they
Or else-
determine
or
the
else-
policy part, and once they ask you to leave, that's where I step in. That's why I stayed sitting and petting the dog.
So
the whole
much.
time.
You don't. No, I think the whole point that here's where we're missing is like, if we were to go into a board meeting that happened to be for a company that's based in Lawrence and we were in there and they could ask us to leave.
Mhm.
But since this is paid for by the taxpayers of Lawrence, you can't ask people to leave just because you have your feelings were hurt. During public comment, which the First Amendment allows you to
And
express that.
I understand that part.
Yeah.
And I'm just like you, I don't wanna be in an argument about that part.
Sure.
Obviously, we all support people having the right to speak, and that's why I stayed sitting until they said they wanted to leave. Once they do that, I have to abide by the criminal trespass side of things. And I'm not saying what you guys are doing was right or wrong. That's not my place to decide.
I don't think you are at all. I just think where we're missing is the public and the private part. We gotta go. Alright. We will do it. Thank you.
Thanks.
thanks.